Angeles.
With the 11th pick in the 2006 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select J.J. Redick from Duke University.
I never could have imagined that I would have played basketball for this long.
Redick for three for the tie.
Redick, can he get it off? He does for three.
The last 30 years of basketball have been beyond my wildest dreams.
Man, I love a good debut, and we have one today. Making his ESPN analyst debut is 15-year NBA veteran J.J. Redick. Welcome.
Thank you. This is awesome. What a highlight montage, by the way.
I mean,
there was a lot in there. Game winners, three-pointers, a nice reverse layup package. I loved all that.
We tried to give you a well-rounded look despite RJ trying to take some things out. So I was reading an article earlier today where you said you had some performance nerves leading up to today. So before we jump in, bigger nerves waiting to do this hit or some of those game winners that we saw?
Performance anxiety is always a good thing, Malika, and I would definitely say game winners. Game winners for sure.
All right, well then this is going to be some light work. Let's look at one of your former teammates who is climbing the all-time assists ladder. That is the point guard, Chris Paul. So Chris Paul and the Suns hosting the Pelicans. He entered Tuesday needing 8 assists to be third in NBA history. So here's the first to JaVale McGee. Second, kicks it to Devin Booker. Dribble pull-up. Kicks it over to Jay Crowder. Nails the three. Crowder in the corner. Pump fake for the dunk. This curling pass to Mikal Bridges. A nice little pick and roll with Frank Kaminsky. And then he drops it to Book for three. So with that, Paul ties Steve Nash for third most all time. So second quarter, 1:39 left. Paul finds Jay Crowder in the corner. Nails the three. And with that assist, Chris Paul stands alone for the third most on NBA all-time assists. So then we head to the fourth quarter. Suns down 2. Paul, he finds Bridges over here. 3 to take the lead. Suns come back from trailing by as many as 20 to take the fourth quarter lead. So Suns up, same score. Paul finds Kaminsky and one with the layup. Paul finished with a season-high 18 assists, and the Suns win 112-100.
Man, it means a lot, man. I'm grateful, and I thank God for this opportunity. I say it all the time, not only to be on a team and still be in the league, but to be playing. You know, you don't take that for granted. And, you know, I looked at that list when I first came into the league, and I seen that John Stockton. And it's like, I'm going to get it. That ship sailed. That ship sailed. To be third, man, and still be playing, I'm grateful for it, and still got a ways to go.
So, JJ, you and Chris spent 4 years together with the Clippers. What did you notice about him that was different than other point guards that you played with?
Well, first of all, he knew where I was on the court at all times, but not just me. He knew where everybody was on the court. And we could talk about his vision, his mid-range, his defensive hands, all the stuff. The best description I've ever heard of Chris is that he squeezes the juice out of every possession. What makes Chris great is his competitive stamina, his sustained competitive spirit, game to game, night to night, season to season. And over the course of his career, he's squeezed all of the juice out of his career. If you said at the beginning of his career, at his size, to be able to play at this level at age 36, it's remarkable what he's doing.
He's also squeezed out an incredible amount of assist juice because right now he has 10,346 career assists. Do you know how many of those were to you? And where does that rank with you and your list of teammates that he's assisted?
I actually think I might be top 1 or maybe top 2 of most assisted teammates. I got to be up there. Okay, number 3. All right, number 3.
Close. I like top 1 though. That's something I'm going to use now. Top 1.
Number 3 is great. Number 3 is great. You know what has made him such a good assist creator, shot creator, is just his ability to read the game. You know, even last night in the New Orleans game, they started out in blitz coverage. He read that right away. He was getting off the ball early. He found JaVale McGee multiple times, rolling to the rim. They tried to mix it up a little bit in the second half. They went to some drop coverage. He hit the pocket pass. All this stuff, me coming off catch and shoot stuff. It's just amazing to watch these clips and see him do this for 16 years, 17 years now.
I mean, look at that vision. What was it that stood out to you most from his 18 assists last night?
The ability to just get off the ball. I think, a lot of times with high assist numbers, you dominate the ball, and Chris is so willing to get off the ball. And once he recognized those blitzes, he made the early pass. This to me is vintage Chris, surveying the field, surveying the court, finding the trailer for three in transition. When he gets out and pushes it in transition, I think that's when he's at his best.
So now he's third on the list, trailing John Stockton. Where do you see him rising to here?
Like Chris said, he's not catching John Stockton. That ship has sailed. He's missed too many games in his career. I do think he'll catch Jason Kidd. If he essentially has his career average in assists for the next 3+ seasons, he'll have even with a handful of missed games, he'll have a chance to catch Jay Kidd. The other thing is he'll move into the top 3 probably in career steals, which Stockton is at the top of that list as well. John Stockton, by the way, the longevity there, the numbers, number 1 in steals, number 1 in assists. Give that guy his flowers.
Absolutely. Well, JJ, hopefully your nerves have calmed a little bit. You've had a chance to kind of just chill out. Can you stick around for us, though? Because we do want to talk a little bit more about the Mavs, about the Heat. We have so much to get into with you. The Pelicans-Suns game was the second game in TNT's doubleheader last night. The first was the new-look Heat in Dallas to take on Luka and the Mavericks. The Heat have been dominant on both sides of the ball this season, ranking second in offensive efficiency and first on the defensive side of the ball. The 2016-17 Warriors are the last team to rank in the top 2 in those seasons for categories.
Miami has added to a good team, and boy, are they off to a great start.
Going to face one of the league's most talented offensive players.
Doncic way outside. Wow! Step back triple Luka. Crossover, Hero. Oh, that was beautiful. What a shot. Tyler Hero gets it to go. Lowry on a bow. Slams it home. Shot clock at 5. Lowry positions with a 3. What a shot by Lowry. What a move. 6-1 Miami. They are hot. The Heat have won 5 in a row and 3 straight on the road.
Back with JJ and Leg. So JJ, so much was made of Tyler Hero's comments earlier this year where he put himself in the same conversations with Luka Doncic and Trae Young. What have you seen from him so far this season?
I think we all laughed when Tyler Hero said that. I know Malika did, Legs did, I'm sure RJ did, because that's all he does is laugh. Give the guy some credit for making a big leap here in year 3. So when we look at usage percentage, the percentage of possessions that a player uses while on the court, Tyler has made a big jump from about 22% in his first 2 years to 29% this year. For reference, Nikola Jokic last year as the MVP had about that usage percentage. The other thing is he's been such a good pick and roll operator, getting to his spots. He's shooting 60% from the mid-range, which probably isn't sustainable, but his ability to get to his spots, elevate. And then the third thing, I think, is his passing. He's made a little bit of a leap each year with his passing. This year is no different. But for him to be in the category of a Trae Young or a Luka Doncic, it's the playmaking part that he has to continue to improve.
All right, so Legs, Miami is second in points allowed this season. What makes them such a strong defensive team?
Well, yeah, Richard and I were talking about this off camera. I said, you look at what they can put on the floor now. You add a Kyle Lowry, you add a PJ Tucker to the mix to go with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, and even a guy like Tyler Hero. Duncan Robinson's long. So the length, the versatility, it allows them to get up in you, and it allows you to create situations where you're not at a disadvantage even when you switch. And here's a perfect example. Here's a switch right here. And you're not worried about it if you're the Heat, even though you've got Tyler Hero on Luka, because here's what Kyle Lowry brings to the table. take a look at Kyle Lowry here under the rim. Now, his man is going to be here. He's not worried about that, though. He understands he's got to get out to the corner if it's a three. But what I want you to focus on, watch Kyle Lowry's head as this possession goes. It's on a swivel. He probably takes it back right and left 5 or 6 different times to make sure he is there to provide the type of help that he needs. So even as a post-up taking place, you see him here. He's constantly aware. Look at his head. Back and forth, back and forth. And then JJ used a great term, competitive stamina. That's the other thing that Kyle Lowry has. So you're going to see here, when this ball is skipped, watch how hard and aggressively he closes out. There's no way you're going to get this three-point shot off, and instead, he's going to force dribble penetration back into the lane where all of this activity is. So you're not going to give anything up. So this is what Miami does. They close out the three-point line, they help on penetration, and then they give you the second effort on the same possession. And that's what they do right here. So you force it back to the middle, all that activity in the middle, great contest on the last effort. Now watch, here's the other thing, and this is where a guy like Tyler Hero is really going to benefit. Look at this outlet pass. As soon as he gets it, he's already looking up the floor to see what is the defensive balance getting back. And watch how Tyler Hero benefits from this. So as Kyle comes up, he gets to this point right here. He's going to shift gears. He knows that all of the defense is on the left side of the court. So if he can beat this top defender and get in here, he knows he is going to draw all eyes on him. Why is that important? Because he already knows that Tyler Hero is right here, and he is running the floor. And watch at the end of this the way Kyle Lowry draws 4 to him. Tyler Hero never stops moving. Great decision at the end. It looks like there's nothing there, but he knows there's a secondary break coming. The IQ, the toughness. Kyle Lowry brings so much to this team, and it's why, for me, the day that they got him, I said, this is a team now you've got to watch out for and take seriously as a final contender and maybe a team that could win the whole thing.
Okay, so if we're talking about where their ceiling is, well, I have you both here. JJ, I'm going to start with you. What is the Heat ceiling this year?
Anybody that's listened to my podcast knows that I've been accused of basically running a Miami Heat podcast. So I drink the Heat culture Kool-Aid. So to me, this is the clear front runner in the Eastern Conference. They've got the number 1 defense so far. They've got the number 2 offense so far. Will they win a championship? I don't know that, but they certainly have the ceiling to win an NBA championship this year.
All right, JJ's drinking the Kool-Aid. Are you, Tim?
Oh, no question. A big picture of it. The ceiling is a parade in Miami. If you really want to talk about, can they actually get it all done? They can. And like JJ said, you don't really know. There's so many factors that go into it, and there's other teams on that short list of contenders. But I think this is the best defensive team in the league. And now you have Tyler Hero back at a level where he gives you that firepower that you're going to need every night. This is a team, for their first 4 wins, held teams under 100 points. In modern NBA basketball, it's very difficult to do that, period, much less 4 consecutive wins under 100. They can just beat you multiple ways. I'm all in. I also think Eric Spoelstra is one of the top 5 coaches in the league. I've thought that for the last decade. So you add that all up, Malika, JJ, I think this team can get it done. I think they can take this thing all the way across the finish line.
Give me the pitcher, the packet, some extra sugar.
That's it.
Yeah, so you said
That's it, the big wooden spoon.
I want extra sugar. Let's just stir it all up because we're all
yeah.
drinking it. Stick around, though, please, JJ, because we need to break down the Nets coming up. And also coming up, Draymond Green joins me to talk about the Warriors core. And I heard a special guest might be joining him. Keep it locked.